Tpi Tuesdays at Tatum Ranch with Tyler. Today is the toe touch. Ooh, lots of T's. We are going to do the TPI screen, the toe touch. So I have Tyler right here. He's going to turn sideways so you can watch him. There you go. There you go. He's going to have his feet about as wide as his hips. That's what I like to do, just so he can keep his balance. And he's going to go down. And what I want you to do, Tyler, is push your hips back first, and then go down and try to touch your toes. Whoa. This guy's been working out a lot. Okay, this is what it should look like. I like the fact that he pushed his hips back behind his heels a little bit. That means he knows how to hinge. Then he was able to have a rounded back a little bit, and he can still touch his toes. That's great. Try that at home right now. Try it now, see if you can do it. Okay, let me show you something. If you can't do it, show it to me without a hinge. It's very important that you hinge. Yep, there you go. So he's not shifting back at all. He's staying right here and he's rounding. There's no way he's going to get to his feet if he can't hinge back there. All right, come back up again. So I do see a lot of my juniors, you know, and older adults too, that I'm working with my adults, is instead of hinging, because we need to be able to do that in our swing, we just round, wonder why we can't get down there, because our back's not that long, and our arms aren't that long. So what would happen, Tyler? Show us what would happen in your swing if you couldn't hinge. So check this out. He'd have an early extension, he can't load back into his hips at all, okay? And he's kind of coming right out of it. So there's a lot of things. Hamstrings could take over if they're too tight. So we have to figure out what's going on with him if he can't touch his toes and he can't hinge. The first thing I want you to do is, if you don't know if you're hinging or not, we don't have a wall right here, but go ahead and just face that way again. Stand about 8 inches away. I'm going to put my arms back here, pretend I'm on the wall, and he's going to go ahead and hinge down and try to get his butt to my arm. Perfect. Okay, so if I was the ball, try it one more time, Tyler. If I was the ball, he's trying to get, you have to touch it, I just keep moving it away to see if he can get that. I want you to try that. 8, maybe 10, maybe a whole foot away from the wall to see if you can push your hips way back behind you. If you can do that, you're a good hinger. Keep working on that. Okay, let's say he can't touch his toes. I'm going to do something called distraction. We're using toilet paper today. You can use a rolled up towel, or even better, get a roll of paper towels. What I'm going to have him do is come on this side. He's going to put his heels up a little bit. Good, like he's in high heels. He's going to take this toilet paper and put the toilet paper roll right between his legs, right above his knees. Not with his knees, but right above his knees. Okay, now what he's going to do is he's going to try that same thing, but he's going to squeeze that toilet paper and try to reach down and try to touch his toes without bending his knees. Again, he's still pretty good at it. And he's still hinging, but as he's squeezing that roll of toilet paper, guess what? He's distracting the hamstrings. The hamstrings aren't as tight right now. The inner thighs are. So that is a good distraction exercise. Now, come back up. Let's try it with the toes up. This one's a little bit harder. He's now going to have to stretch his calves a little bit more. He's going to put the roll right back in. His toes are up. This is a little high, gang. So really like 2 inches up. You could have a rolled up towel doing that. Squeeze, distract, and reach down. Pretty good show off, isn't he? Okay, good job. So try that at home. Super easy. You can do it while you're watching TV. Take that roll, put it between toes up, toes down. Try that. Another one is hamstring flexibility. So I'm going to put him against a wall over here. This is the wall we're going to use. You're going to go right up to the wall, and you're going to a corner. You're going to need a corner. He's going to put one leg up on the wall, straight. Keep the other leg on the ground. And he's just going to relax. Okay, now, I can actually get my hips the whole way against the wall. He's a little bit tight. That's okay. It's passive. You're all right, you're all right, you're good. Okay, keeping his core engaged, he's just going to lift this leg up and bring it back down. So this is a wall lift and lower exercise. Very very slow and controlled. He's going to try to get that leg straight and flat, kind of suction cup onto the ground. As he's lifting it up, he's engaging his core, or the lower part of his core, and tightening it up so he doesn't use his back. Okay, now keep it down there, Tyler. We're going to try something different. This one, I like him to be almost at his max with that top leg. Now we're going to try to lift the ankle or the heel off the wall. Come on, Tyler, here. Touch the toilet paper, Tyler. See, he's very goal-oriented too. So if I give him a goal, give me 3 more, breathe. Look how tight his core is right now. Very, very tight core. It's working. And he's hinged, isn't he? He's hinged. So try that one at home. Don't forget to breathe while you're doing it. All right, come on up. So here's another one that I like. We'll get rid of that. Is the inchworm. So go ahead and stand right here, Tyler. Bring your arms way up over your head. Kind of lean back a little bit. And reach down and try to touch your toes. Walk your hands across the floor to a perfect plank position. Okay, now, I'm going to have him walk his hands out another hand length away from you, that way. And right there, it's a little harder, isn't it? His core just kicked in. Now he's going to pike his hips up, and he's going to walk his feet in, monster walk, without bending his knees. So this is also working on his pelvis. Separate his pelvis. It's a little harder, isn't it?
Yep.
And then roll back up. Now you're going to do a reverse inchworm. Inchworms can go backwards. So he's going to reach down, try to get his hands to the floor, walk his feet backwards. Bring them hip, and then walk his hands back to his feet. There's the inchworm. Okay, let's say not the whole hamstring is tight, because guess what? How many hamstrings do you have, Tyler?
2.
Yeah, 1 on each leg.
Yes.
Very good, very good. How many hamstrings on one leg? How many hamstring parts?
I do not know.
Anatomy. 3.
Okay.
3 parts. So, if you're always going to face the camera here, I'll get this out of the way. There. Yep, standing up. Yeah, you can stand up. Okay, feet together. Go ahead and touch your toes. Well, we already know we can, but let's see if you can. So come back up. Turn your toes out like a duck. Now hinge your hips and go down and touch the forward of your toes. Feel the difference of your hamstrings? So you got one in the middle. So you got them on the outside, you got them on the inside. And roll back up. Turn the toes in. Well, pigeon-toed if you want to. Push those hips back and hinge. Ooh, you might find one of these is really different from the other 2. Guess what? That's what you have to work on as well. When I had him on the wall back there, he could have turned his toe in and lifted off the wall, or turned his toe out and lifted off the wall to stretch that hamstring even more. Okay, do we have any more that you can think of for the hamstrings?
Butterfly. No, that's not too well.
There was one more. Oh yes, Pilates. How can we forget Pilates? He loves Pilates. All right, so we're going to get in the Pilates leg pull. So he's going to lie on his back. This is our last one, folks. I want you to try this one. This is more active. Okay, so he is going to just curl up a little bit. He's going to grab onto one leg. And yep. So the outside hand is going to be, outside hand up here. Inside hand is going to be on the hamstring. He's going to roll up. Looks like he's trying to kiss his knee. And he's going to point this toe really hard. The other leg never touches the ground. So check that out. Okay, he's going to point that one too. Point. Good. Roll up. And then switch. Switch. Yep. Look at that. Look at that. So not only is he working his core, which is going to help engage for the toe touch, he's also stretching his hamstrings. This is called the Pilates single leg pull. Good job. You feel more flexible?
I do. Definitely.
Good job. All right, try that. The TPI toe touch. Hopefully you'll look just like Tyler.